Hello world, Wave Time here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Now, last episode I was showing you my idea of how to make an automatic crafting system. I called the module that I made the ACM, the automatic crafting module, and some of you guys were pretty much saying right away, "Hey, you can just use logistic pipes and all of your problems are solved." Well, I guess that can be true, but a few things that I don't like about using logistics pipes. Well, one of them is that it's too easy. It just works too much like magic to do the exact same thing that this is doing. So for instance, all you'd need, instead of having this as one module to craft it, you just have it so that there's some sort of satellite pipe right here that, not satellite pipe, a crafting pipe that brings all of the items into here, blah blah blah, and automatically crafts it for you and sends it along your way when you use a requesting pipe. So yeah, there's two problems I have with it. One, it's too easy, but two, I don't think it's able to handle multiple requests quickly. From what I understand, you have to grab your wrench, and if you don't have your wrench, you're screwed. You'd have to grab your wrench and go to some sort of pipe, click it. You'd go to your pipe, click it, and then you'd have to select which item do I want from a big list, get the amount you want, and presto changeo, there you're done. Whereas the setup I want, I'd be able to put multiple items into the pipe. Not into the pipe. Yeah, into this chest. I'd pull the lever, it'd see how many there are. Well, not really how many there are. How many different items there are. And it'd craft those separate items, and it'd be able to craft them all at the same time. Now, before you say, if you're not going to use logistic pipes, I'm out of here, I think it would be nice to use logistic pipes only to make sure that there's enough items in this chest. So say if I have all of the items, the logic circuits for the particular item, let me run around this big base and get it. Okay, we have all of these. So say we had our original idea of a timer or some sort of other garbage. You just throw it all into here and it requests all the items from here when the item passes through that circuit. But the logistics pipe would make sure that this chest will have all of the required items, and I'd put it so that it'd be able to get all of those items. And also, I think it'd be very efficient so that it'd be able to craft all of these items itself, because stone anodes are really annoying to craft. And all of this, but I'd need to provide stone wafers, but that will probably be handled by another module that I could possibly add to the system. So you're wondering, hey, Wei, why is your actual crafting part of the module so far away from the rest of the stuff? Well, as you see, Tiny Tim, I made it. These right here are two separate crafting modules. I've got a white wire here and a red wire here, and they're pretty much connected by this wire right here. It's the one that splits it to 16 different signals. So I believe that this wire is going to be hooked up to the machine. What the heck happened? Where'd my items go? Ah well. This one would be hooked up to the machine that would detect the items, and this would send the amount of pulses needed, and it would output to these particular wires that, when bundled together, will go all over here so that it'll be more space efficient if there's one wire compared to 16 wires. And there might even need to be 2 or 3 or 4 depending on how many I need, which could be quite a lot. So I'm guessing I should just start working a bit, get a few more of these modules stacked together, tie them together, and pretty this up. Now the problem is that for logistics pipes is that I need something that I currently do not have, which is a pain in the butt. You probably saw it other episodes, and if you can shout it out before I say it, congratulations, you win. Lapis. Lapis lazuli. I do not have any lapis lazuli whatsoever. So, when I go to try to craft things that require lapis, let's see. Well, one, there's alchemical items that require lapis, but there's also stuff like the extractor module and the supplier logistics pipe that I would need lapis for. And since I don't have lapis, that becomes an excruciating pain to do. So I have two options. One, during this episode, I can continue crafting this, doing a bunch of time lapses to show what I want to do with all of this. Or two, I can search for the lapis. I think I'm going to start crafting more, do a bunch of editing cuts to show the stuff being made, and possibly even use the system to make more of the parts needed. So, I'll get right on that. That's not good. Apparently the automatic crafting table does not recognize the alchemical chest when it is right next to it. So that really is annoying. So they can't be stackable horizontally. If they can't be stacked horizontally, they have to be stacked vertically. So I'm gonna have to change this setup so that instead of being like this, I'm gonna have to flip it onto its side, which will require some digging and a lot of annoyances. Lots of monsters here. Think I got everything done. Oh my god, what the heck are you doing here? Get back, fool! I said get back! Don't you dare blow up. Don't go near expensive equipment. I hate creepers. A lot. Finding dye, killing zombies, finding dye to further my ambitions. What the heck is down there? That looks like a mine shaft. Huh. Boring. Up. 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 Okay, guys, I'm back. I just finished doing a bit of circuitry work, and it looks I've managed to finish 4 of the counting modules, so I think this should work. Though I might need to do a bit of editing before testing it out. Now, you guys know I'm in university, and you're probably wondering, why does this guy continually repeat that he's in university? I don't really care. Well, too bad, I'm gonna tell you anyways. So, finally just finished my last exam on Monday. Hooray, hurrah! Well, it was physics, so yeah, that was kind of painful. Imagine sitting in an exam, writing nonstop for 2.5 hours. That's pretty much how I felt. Not how I felt, but how it actually happened. Now, I think I did well, though we're going to have to find out until like the 20th in the month. But, what have you. Okay, so on to the content stuff. Now, if you didn't see my last video, you'll probably wonder what this jumble of stuff is. This is pretty much the item detecting network. Worst comes to worst, I'm gonna have to have this module far away from the chest where I put all of my items in. But I'll just have to hook it up to mag tubes and go, hooray, it's off into the distance. Now, there are 3 parts to this crafting module. 1, there is going to be the item sorter that detects which items go through it. And not right now, it might eventually be able to detect what quantity of items go to it. Right now, it's set so that only 1 at a time can be detected, so only 1 stack. And sorry about my cadence right now. Got some cut in my lip right now that's really hurting. You know those cuts that are right at your tooth, so whenever you move your lip, it just scrapes against the rough part of the tooth. Yeah, that's what's happening. Anyways, these are some filters. It'll detect the particular item that is meant to filter. It goes through here, it detects the item, sends a redstone pulse through, and goes to these separate colored wires. Then this bundled wire goes up here, and then it splits into white, red, yellow, and blue currently. When I advance it more, I'll be able to put more modules side by side together, and it'll be able to detect like 16 colors per bundled cable. Then what it does is it counts the number of items that are required per crafting. So what I have it set to is, so for instance, a timer, it has 5 different items that it requires. It needs a pointer, it needs the stone wafers, stone cathode, stone anode, and a stone wire. Though it does need different quantities of that, but that is handled in the next system. So this has 1 pulse go into it, then it sends 5 pulses in here for the timer, then goes up here, goes into the bundled cable all the way down to the actual crafting module. Now these items, I had to put the items into the chests for now, but what I'm hoping for is that eventually I'll be able to find lapis lazuli and be able to put some provider pipes in right next to these chests so that they'll be able to provide the required items in a good amount of quantity. I'm saying enough to go through twice in the system before it needs to recharge. Now, connected to each of the chests is a retriever, which is set to retrieve from this chest enough items to be able to craft 10 of the items that it's asking. So for instance, if you use a timer, it'll retrieve enough items to make 10 timers. The contents goes into this chest where it's then crafted by this automatic crafting table. Now, I've been wondering this. I thought if there's something above a chest, it is not able to be opened, but as you can see, I can open these, which is very odd. If you can tell me why that is, maybe it's because the chest is transparent, though that doesn't seem like a good enough reason. Anyways, then the items go through the gold pipes and iron pipes to go zoom into this final chest. So what I'm going to do is I have 4 items currently set up. So it's going to craft all 4 items quickly. As you see, there is an RS latch, pulse former, counter, and a timer. And this system is set up so that I'll make 10 of each of the items. So let's pull the switch, then go all the way over to here and see if it works. Pull switch. Going over. And it looks like stuff is being made. That's good. Zoom. Now I'm probably going to replace these with some coal steam engines so that I'll be able to pull out an entire stack at a time. Let's see what items we have. Okay, we have 10 pulse formers, counters, timers, and RS latches. So, as you can see, that request was made pretty quickly since the redstone pulses can go very far. And looks like my looks like my frames per second is dropping quite a bit right now, so I'll turn off the particles temporarily, and that might be able to solve a bit of it, though it could be my computer. Anyways, I think this was pretty fast, and oh, that's why. I didn't turn off this. So it'll continually send the stuff to the same chest and get filtered and whatnot. So what I'm going to need to do is modify this so that instead of the tube going way over here, it's going to go to a buffer chest, which will buffer between before it goes back to that chest. Anyways, I'm thinking that this system is pretty quick, albeit a little time consuming as of right now. Hopefully I'll be able to expedite the process so that I'll be able to make lots and lots of items. And before you ask, yes, I am going to add the logistics pipes as soon as I find Lapis. Maybe I'll do a mini video of the quest for the Lapis, though that might be a little too much. Anyways, I'm hoping that this video shows that this might be a good method on making the items, and sorry about the audio at the beginning of the video. I found that, let's see, the sound was at 30%, and with how my headset works, when I bring it up and down, it brings the entire volume of the system up. But I think the moral of the story is that I should test my equipment before I start recording. Wave time here, signing off. Have a wonderful day. Are you enjoying yourself? Hit the subscribe button to continue our adventure later.